Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Not quite sure what I'm gonna call this show, but I think we're gonna be rolling with it from here until the end of the year. Do a couple episodes a week. Not sure which days yet, but they will be put in the description of my channel in this video when it comes out. But in today's video, we're gonna be doing the top 10 power rankings. So these are just teams that I think are performing, the best over the past maybe 1 to 2 weeks. Probably mostly last week, but there are a couple on here I know that it's kind of a culmination of the last 2 weeks. But starting off with number 10, we have the Seattle Seahawks, who the Seahawks kind of a surprise. I didn't know how Darnold would look away from Minnesota, but he's been elite this year, just like he was last year. He's been great. I mean, JSN may be the best receiver in football. He's been playing like it. I mean, he has the stats to back it up. He has been fantastic this year. I think Cooper Kupp being there, and Kupp hasn't had like a super great year like he usually, well, not like he usually does, but like he did in LA those couple years. He was great, and he's still been good, but I think him being there just opens it up for JSN a whole lot more, and it's shown. It's been good. And then they have a great running back duo in Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. So, I mean, with that offense, they can compete with anyone. The defense, may worry me a little bit, but I think they're going to be a solid team to finish out the year. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They may win the division, but that division is loaded with the Niners, and the Cardinals are even decent when Kyler's healthy. They're not great, but they're going to be a problem for you when you play them late in the year. And then the Rams, who I really like the Rams. And spoiler alert, they're on this list a couple spots away. But number 10, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Number 9, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I had them really high at the beginning of the year. Kind of dropped a little bit for me just because they had I know they won last week, but they had a really rough outing against the Lions, and Baker didn't look good, and the team didn't look good. And then they didn't look great against New Orleans, but they were able to kind of like grind out a victory. So back-to-back weeks of just not looking that good. And that definitely worries me a little bit. I still think they're a top 10 team, and I still think they're going to bounce back from it. But I don't know. That offense worries me. The defense is really good. They couldn't really stop Jahmyr Gibbs all that well when they played them, 2 weeks ago. But the defense will be fine. I mean, they're gonna be a solid team, and they'll definitely make the playoffs. They'll most likely win that division. I don't think Carolina or Atlanta is really much of a threat to them, so they'll win the division. They'll get in the playoffs, may win a game. I think they're a solid team. I just think they're not as good as I thought they were at the beginning, and they still might be, but not as good as I thought they were. I was putting them as a top 3 team, maybe even 1. So next on the list at number 8, we have the LA Rams. Stafford is arguably playing like the best quarterback in the league right now. Now, you could put, Mahomes up there. You can even put Drake May up there, but Stafford's up there. Stafford's been top 5 all year, obviously, and that's not arguable. He's been a top 5 quarterback this year, and it shows. I mean, Puka's been amazing this year when he's healthy, and Devontae Adams is great, and him and Stafford are starting to get on the same page here a little bit. And that defense, coming into the year, I loved the Rams. I mean, I love that defense. The defense is so young. Jared Verse is a dog. They got a lot of good guys. And, I mean, McVay is obviously the offensive genius. So, the Rams are going to be a problem. I do think the Rams will win that division over Seattle and the Niners. But, they're a playoff contending. They're a Super Bowl contending team. I don't have them super high right now, but I would be surprised if the Rams were not in the NFC Championship this year. That's how highly I think of the Rams. Next on the list might be a little bit of a shocker. It's the Detroit Lions. Now, I do really like the Lions, and they're fun. They actually just extended Aiden Hutchinson this morning, gave him just a massive contract, and it's well-deserved. I mean, he's a superstar. I don't know why people don't talk about him more. He is up there with the best pass rushers in the league. He's up there with, Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and Micah Parsons. He's up there, and he's in that conversation. At least I believe that. They are coming off of a bye, so they didn't play at all last week. And then the week before that, they beat kind of an injured Bucs team. I'm not sure. I don't think Ibuka was playing that game. I'd have to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Ibuka was playing. I think Mike Evans got injured early on in that game. So kind of like a battered Bucks team, and they were able to beat them, but that Chiefs loss, they didn't look too good. And the one thing that worries me about the Lions is, can Jared Goff play from behind? And I don't know. This year hasn't looked great. They haven't had to play from behind a lot, but then you see in that Green Bay game, they were down by a good bit, and they couldn't get back into it. And then Kansas City, same thing. They go down, and then they just look down and out. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I'll gladly eat my words because I do love the Lions. I do love, Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. And Jahmyr Gibbs is on my fantasy team, so hopefully he keeps it rolling. But I'm a little worried when they get behind. So that's my one worry with the Lions. I still think they're going to be good, but that's an issue with Detroit, is playing from behind. Number 6, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. The past couple of weeks, everyone at the beginning of the season was writing them off. They were 1-2. They didn't look great against the Chargers. Their defense looked like it was getting run through, and there were a ton of worries, and everyone was counting them out. And Mahomes has just played like his old self. Past couple of years, Mahomes has not looked like himself, and I don't know why that is. It might have been injuries. I don't know what it was. It might have been scheme. But he's playing like 2019, 2020 Patrick Mahomes. He's been amazing this year. And I'm not a Mahomes hater. I'm going to take it in for as much as I love watching Patrick Mahomes play football. And you can, disagree with me in the comments. Completely fine. I love watching Mahomes play football. And I think the NFL is better when he's just balling and doing crazy things, because that is, Mahomes football. The defense is back. I believe they're 5-3. The Chiefs are going to be a problem. They may still be a Super Bowl contender. The Chiefs are going to be an issue in the AFC still. And they just got to, get past Denver. Denver's got the lead in that division. The Chargers might be over them too because they have the head-to-head matchup. So they got to bounce back to get into the playoffs. But if the Chiefs just get into the playoffs, they're Super Bowl contenders. And I don't think I'm crazy for saying that. Just because you have Mahomes, you're automatically a Super Bowl contender. That's just my opinion. At number 5, I have the Denver Broncos. I was very high on them coming into the year. And Bo Nix has not disappointed. He's looked great. And I really like the Broncos defense. Surtain's out with an injury. I don't know how long he's going to be out. I don't know how serious it is. But anytime your number one defensive guy, quite possibly the best defensive player in the league, goes down with an injury, that sucks, and that's gonna hurt you. So I think the defense will still be fine though. Overall, they do have some depth. They have Barron out of Texas, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they drafted a corner out of Texas, and I think the Broncos are gonna be fine. I think they may win that division. As long as they can find a way to beat Mahomes and the Chiefs, I think they win that division. I think they're a fantastic team, and that's why I have them number 5 in my power rankings for this week. At number 4, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Kind of a rough start to the year, a little bit of drama, and then they look great against New York, and they looked great the week before that. Devontae Smith is amazing, so is A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts has been balling. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You can't really deny that, so a lot of drama around the Eagles team, like there usually always is, especially when a team wins a Super Bowl the next year. There's a lot of drama. So if Sirianni can take control of that team and kind of, you have Hurts, who's pretty level-headed, and I think that helps a lot. But if they can kind of drown out the drama, they'll still be, the best team in the NFC. At number 3, I have the Green Bay Packers. Again, very similar to like the Eagles. I was very high on them coming into the year, and I thought they would be, clear-cut the best team in the league, and then they lose to Cleveland, and then they tied to Dallas. It's like, whoa, what happened to the Packers? Everyone was kind of worried about them, and then they bounced back. They destroyed the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Micah Parsons is elite. That defense is great. Jordan Love is great. The Packers are going to be a problem, and they had a slip up to start the year, but this is kind of the point in the year when you start to see who the great teams are, and that's really fun to see. But the league is wide open this year. It might be as open as it's ever been in it since I can remember, watching football. Anyone can win the Super Bowl. This might be the greatest playoffs we've ever seen, and the Packers have a team. They have a team that they can compete, and they could win the Super Bowl. They have the talent and they have the coaching. They can win the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not giving any Super Bowl predictions or anything, but the Packers are up there. They can definitely get it done. At number 2, might be a hot take. Maybe not. I don't think it is. I have the New England Patriots. Drake May has arguably been the best quarterback in the league, which I don't think anyone expected this big of a jump from year 2. Usually, a lot of rookie quarterbacks, they played great the year before, they kind of have a little sophomore slump in their second year, but not May. I mean, he's been light years better than he was last year, and he was pretty good last year. So Drake May has that team rolling. Vrabel loves Drake May. I mean, that relationship looks awesome to watch. And the Patriots, I mean, they're a problem. They're a problem. They got that defense rolling. Offensively, they're great. Demario Douglas is a great weapon. And then you have the veteran Diggs. And I mean, the running game is going to be fine. They have, Ramondre Stevenson, and losing Gibson sucks, obviously. And then you have TreVeyon Henderson, so the rookie. Patriots are going to be a problem, and they may be back. And it was sort of a quick turnaround for them. Probably didn't feel too quick for Patriots fans, but man, the Patriots are back. And as a Steeler fan, watching Brady beat us so many times hurt, but watching Drake May is pretty fun. So hopefully they don't get as annoying as, the New England Patriots from, 10 years ago were. Hopefully not. And the number 1 team, I kind of debated it a little bit just because I'm not sold on this team. Like, I don't think they're going to win it all. They have looked like the best team the first 8 weeks of the year, but I'm not sold on them to finish out the year. And that's the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the offense is great. There's no denying that. The offense is amazing. The offensive line is playing great. Steichen has the offense rolling. Daniel Jones looks amazing. I mean, Jonathan Taylor has got to be probably the MVP favorite. At least for me personally. Jonathan Taylor has been amazing. So, the Colts offense has been the best in the NFL. Defense worries me a little bit, but they're starting to pick it up the past couple of weeks, and then they play the Steelers this week, so that's a big test for nobody because they're going to probably steamroll us because we can't stop anything on defense. So I do think the Colts right now are the best. At the end of the year, I don't think they will be. I think they will fizzle out a little bit. It's not me being a hater. That's just me being a little bit of a realist. But I still like the Colts. They're a really fun team to watch. I love that Danny Dimes has kind of revived his career in Indianapolis. I just don't think they're going to be the best team in football when we get to the end of the year. So that's all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tomorrow, I'll be coming out with a little schedule prediction. I'm going to be looking at the games on this screen, and we're going to go over, and I'm going to predict every winner and loser and kind of, how the game may go. So that should be a fun one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching the last video as well. It got more views than I really expected, but I appreciate it, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day.